In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Mandalorian Super Commando from the Clone Wars. Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And as I mentioned in the intro, in this video we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Mandalorian Super Commando from the Clone Wars. As you can see, he is looking pretty awesome on this Clone Wars card back, so let's take a closer look. There it is in all its glory. Nice image there of the Super Commando on the card back. Now this mustn't be confused with the Mandalorian Super Commando Captain, which is due to be released in the wave after this one. So we're going to be getting all of the troopers as well as the Captain, which is pretty cool. Also in that wave, I believe we're getting the Death Watch Mandalorian Airborne Trooper as well, which will go very nicely with both of these figures. So, and I guess on this occasion, Hasbro are actually providing all of the figures that you would need for a particular scene. We've got Ahsoka, we've got Maul, we've got the Super Commando now, we've got the Death Watch Mando on the way, we're having the 332nd coming as well. So they're really filling out the Clone Wars for us. If only they could do that with some of the other figures, like, you know, maybe the 4 heroes from the original trilogy, or perhaps maybe some more figures like the Inquisitors from the new Obi-Wan series. But these ones are easy for them to do. At the end of the day, I'm sure this figure shares a lot of its parts with other figures like the Death Watch Mandalorian and things like that. But he still looks pretty cool there in the bubble, doesn't he? And I'm loving that green name pill. He really does pop. I do like the image that they've used there. It does look like they've taken it straight from the cartoon show, which is pretty cool. So Clone Wars on the logo there, Kenner at the bottom. On the back of the card we have the rest of the wave. All of these are on the channel now. I've reviewed Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, Reva and Anakin, and now this is the 5th and final figure from this wave, VC243. And there's some of the other figures that are coming up as well. I should have Boba Fett Morak pretty soon, and obviously these two are from the next wave as well. So there we go. We're going to take them out of the packaging and take a close look at the figure. All right then, so here is the figure out of the packaging, and immediately I was able to get the figure into a pose which is very similar to how he is on that card back. So the articulation on the figure is great, and he looks, I've got to say, he looks amazing. I'm loving the paint scheme on him. He looks all battle worn and damaged. All his armor pieces have like battle damage on them. You can see there on the knees and on his shin guards. Even on his cod piece there is damage. So he looks awesome. So we're going to take a closer look at the figure in a second, but I just wanted to give you a really good look at him in that pose there. He's got the bigger of the 3 blasters with the other 2 in the holsters. They fit very nicely in the holsters, and he's also got his jetpack on as well. So he is looking really good, and I can't wait actually to get a couple of these, maybe 2 or 3 of these to go with one Captain, and then you can have Maul standing in front of them or whatever, because essentially they are Darth Maul's like Mandalorian army. I think some people call them Mauldalorians if you like, but they look pretty awesome, I've got to say. I'm loving the red paint scheme. He's almost got like a Beskar coloured helmet there with a bit of paint washed on the front. He just looks great. So without further ado, let's take a really close look at the figure. All right then, so here he is in super close-up detail, and as you can see, that really good paint scheme that he's got on there. He's got the markings on his helmet there. He's got his red paint scheme, which is, you know, all over the place on the armor, just like it is in the show. You know, this isn't overspill or anything. It's meant to be like that. I love the scuff marks on the side of the armor. That's exactly where you would expect them to have that battle damage there, and it really does reflect in the light there. You can see that is fantastic. He's also got one on the front there near his visor, so that's just fantastic. We'll turn the figure around. You can see there not too much paint scheme on the rocket pack, jet pack, which is a little bit disappointing. It seems to be quite a matte finished grey with a little bit of red on the torpedoes there at the top. So they could have done a bit more with that, I think. And also his holsters and everything, they seem to be quite a matte grey as well. But apart from that, the figure looks fantastic. You can see there the belt is the same colour as his holsters. And those holsters have been sort of moulded onto his legs there. They're not removable or anything like that. They're not attached to the belt, so it doesn't hinder the articulation whatsoever. Really good. And as I mentioned there, you can see like the sort of almost gunmetal grey Beskar type paintwork that they've used for his gauntlets and on his armour there, and especially on the helmet there. It's a really sort of graphite type grey silver that they've used. Really, really cool. Now, before we take a look at the articulation, let's just have a look at the accessories that he comes with. So this is the bigger of the 3 blasters. Now, again, this is like a matte grey plastic, no weathering, no detail on it whatsoever. It's just a sculpted piece of plastic in the shape of a blaster. I mean, it does resemble what they have in the show, but I still think that they could have given it at least a wash of paint, maybe a bit of weathering or something, just to give it a bit more detail, but it is what it is. That is the same also for the 2 mini blasters that fit in his holsters very well. They're almost like a mini scaled down version of the bigger blaster of the 2, as you can see there. I'll just hold them out like that for you. Pretty much the same, one's just bigger than the other. So he has 2 small ones and the 1 larger one. The jetpack is removable if you wanted to do so, but you would be left with a hole in his back, and it has one of those pegs there that's like a half circle. So that just fits back in quite nicely. In terms of articulation, this figure literally has everything, just like the Death Watch Mandalorian and the Bo-Katan figure. The head is on a double barbell, so you get loads of movement with that. We have ball hinge shoulders, which do not get hindered by the armour, because these armour pieces here are of a soft plastic, which is just absolutely perfect. You can go all the way around there without breaking them. He has the hinges at the elbow, hinges at the wrist. The torso is on like a ball, so you get so much movement in that. You can get him into so many different poses. He has the new style hinges on the hips, which is perfect. He has the split at the thigh. He has a hinge on the knee, which is hidden by that knee pad there, and he also has the hinge with the rocker ankle at the bottom. So as I say, everything that you're ever going to need with this figure. And as I say, it's just great to have these in the collection. I do like the Clone Wars. I do love Mandalorians. I think most people out there do like the Clone Wars, and they do like Mandalorians. So, you know, to get this guy and also to get the captain in the next wave with the Death Watch Mandalorian from the same TV show is a really, really good thing. But as I say, you know, I think there's other things that collectors want as well, and Hasbro need to get to those as well. So there you go then, guys. That is the Mandalorian Super Commando from the Clone Wars. 3.75 inch vintage collection figure. Unbelievable really for this scale. Really, really happy with it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members. Your support helps me make more and better videos, so thank you so much for that. And thank you all for watching, and we shall see you on the next one.